Alrighty, friends, we are here at the world premiere of Superman. I have just watched it for the very first time, and it's so interesting because with all of the people that I work with, whether it be the people I help edit, or all the people that I surround myself with, Rejects, Koijandro, anyone at the DC Studio Showcase, it is incredible how much I feel like I have been surrounded by Superman, hearing little things, but to truly experience this movie is an opportunity all of its own. It is something that has to be seen, and I kid you not, it has to be seen in theaters. The colors, the way that it jumps off the screen, the music, it is all encompassing and it is incredible. As you can see, there are still people behind me that are getting their photos after watching Superman for the first time, and the feeling is just jubilation, it's elation, it is just, it's hope, and it's fun. This movie is so fun. This is going to be a non-spoiler review for those of you, so don't worry, I'm not going to give anything away, but I will say that there is a lot to be taken from this movie. There's a lot that you get from this movie. I am someone who loves romance. You know me, I am more and more, so I'm all about romance. I'm all about building connections and building familiar relationships, and from the family aspects to Lois to his relationship with Lex, there is so much to derive from this film, and I want to start, honestly, again, non-spoiler. Everything I say is non-spoiler, so do not worry about that. But if you don't want to get any kind of idea and you want to go in completely blind, just like this movie, make sure that you subscribe and come back on Thursday or Friday whenever you decide to watch it. Or if you're watching it 2 weeks from now, just make sure that you like it, subscribe, come back and watch this so that we can talk about it in the comments afterwards, because there is so much to talk about in this film. Starting off, the biggest thing I want to talk about is his relationship with Lex Luthor. What I really like about this relationship between these two is it feels like it's pulled directly off the page. They are polar opposites, but they're both going for the same thing. It's so beautiful the way that both of them want hope and the way that they fight for it in different ways. And it's so beautiful the way that both of these men, David and Nicholas, have created characters that feel like they've pulled straight from the comics. And as you watch these interviews from all of these other sources, you see how much these two have done their research on these characters, but also have made them their own. These aren't carbon copies of any other Superman or Lex that you've seen, but there are ways in which it is Lex. There is no question. This is Superman, and it's fun and it's charming, and they are polar opposites. The dichotomy between these characters is seen in such a beautiful and honestly magnificently magnanimous way. It invites you to learn more about them, and you get it. Everything that both of them are fighting for, it's so beautiful the way that James and the writers have created this story that you get it. You understand where Lex is coming from, and you understand why he would want to go so far, and the ideals that, because Lex is such a brilliant person and a brilliant character, and what he does is also for hope. It's for the hope of humanity, and it's a hope for the future. And so you get where he's coming from and why he would want to do the things that he does. And also Clark, we know the story of Clark Kent and of Superman and Kal-El. This man's got 3 different names, but we understand the story because it's not new. The story of Superman and how he came to Earth and how he was raised by Ma and Pa Kent, it's not new to us. We get it. But it's told in a new world because it's 2025, guys. The world is different. I'm recording from you right now from my iPhone as my friend is holding it. Everything, we have news and we have information in our pockets. As soon as this film is over, you see me recording this story. And so what if we had metahumans and Superman and Clark and Lois and Lex in a world like that? How would that change it? It makes it so that characters like Mr. Terrific matter a little bit more and are able to function more in this world. They systematically can fill that role a little bit better. But for someone like Clark, who, you know, they can have social media be a burden to them. I love all of these stories lately that have social media as a forefront. We saw it in F1, how we had, you know, the old school Brad Pitt driver, and you had the younger guy who social media was very important to him in being a forward driver or being a number one driver. We understand that social media isn't going anywhere. And in fact, most of the people that my friends who are at this premiere are there because of social media. I was here because of social media. It's so important. But when you've got metahumans and you've got aliens, it becomes a little bit more grounded and more important. And speaking of aliens, I think this movie is coming out at a perfect time. I live in Los Angeles. You know that there were so many different riots and things going on about the alien deportation. So to have this movie come out when it did had such a bigger impact on me, and I know it's going to have a big impact on so many other people who watch this, because, I mean, having an alien screw up the plans of a billionaire is going to make an impact. Something else that I really want to discuss is Lois. I love how it's interesting because when you watch these in the animated shows, Lois, and that's Clark and Lois, are very much in love and they're knee deep in their relationship. But the way that James does it in this one, again, no spoilers, is I can't. I mean, the way that I'm going to keep saying is he makes it real. This is a real relationship, and it's real to everything that's going on. But I really want to point out that it is 2025, and the way that we see the world. Like, I mean, I think about it how we had the pandemic. It was a very serious issue, but life still goes on, and we have all of these mutants, we have kaijus, we have so many things that happen, but we still have to go to work in the morning, and we still have to have relationships when things are going on. And James does a really great job of showing that just because you are Superman doesn't mean that we can't have real problems in a real normal relationship. And it just feels, I mean, I'm going to say it over and over again. You can take a shot every time I say it, but this show is real. It's real people having real situations, and that doesn't negate what's happening outside of our windows. But in here, in our homes, it's beautiful and it's simple. I love the way that they incorporate Crypto into this film. He has such a beautiful role, and it's, again, fun, it's simple, it's beautiful, it's expressive. I loved the Justice Gang in this, the way that they were able to interact with Superman. It's beautiful. And again, I think that Mr. Terrific, I think that Guy Gardner, I think that Hawk Girl are pulled from the comic book. There's so much to enjoy and love in this film. And I think that when you watch it, it's going to need 2 watches. I think the first time you watch it, just let it fall on top of you, because there is, again, so much to see in this film that you need to experience, from the music selections that James picks to the way that the colors bounce off the screen. There is so much that you can see and experience. But the second time you watch it, go in with the mindset that this movie is more than what you think it is. The symbolism behind this movie is hopeful, and it also, we're building an entire franchise. We're building a world from this one film, and I think that it is a beautiful platform to launch off from. Honestly, guys, you need to watch this film. Go watch it in IMAX in the way that it's intended. Watch it on the best screen with the best soundtrack, because this is a film that you're going to want to experience. That's all I have. There's so much that I want to talk about, and the reason I keep pausing is because I'm trying my best not to give you spoilers, because there's so much that I want to talk about. So when you watch this film, hit me up in the comments. If you see me on the streets, please, I want to talk about this film, and I want to talk about it with you guys, because there's so much that needs to be said. But until then, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe. I love you all to death. And yeah, let's make sure that we all look up. Bye.